of bittersweet because CJ had bet money, so he had a bet slip going too. And I'm like over here, I'm like, I just won like $1,500, I think. And he's over here like sweating on his bet. I'm like trying to puzzle. Hey man, like in my head, never know. And I'm over here,
fuck Zach Wilson. Fuck Zach Wilson, bro. That was the day that we were like, oh no, yeah, we're never betting. That was that day. That was that day.
10 more yards, bro.
Exactly.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Today we're at another location. We're at, my casa, my new crib with Catherine, and we got the boy CJ.
Hello,
we're
everybody.
Town down. We
Come
got.
on
Well, who's there to enjoy? Do you have another shirt, or is it the only shirt? Because you wore that the other time.
No, yeah, I had to wear this shirt, bro, because it's King of the Fourth Quarter. If you know, you know. Kenny, it's that dude that I watched like his basketball podcast Through the Wire. He also has like his own like blog type of thing that he does for basketball, and it's like a newsletter. Like every Wednesday or something, he'll drop like this is what happened during the whole this week, or no, I think it's every day actually.
Oh, that's fire.
Or whenever they play, he'll like, this Giannis dropped 64.
Is he a Bucks fan?
No, he's a Bulls fan.
He's a Bulls fan.
Yeah, I was just saying a name that just came to mind. But yeah, shout out to Kenny. Had to go support the boy. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy basketball.
And we got the boy Zach, of course.
Yes, sir.
Live in the flesh, and then we got Carlos. We all got some drip on our heads today. We got some nice hats on. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's another off topic. We're gonna just chop it up about the year and talk about PCT, the things they've been working on, and then things we got coming in 2024. So,
wait, did y'all take that? I don't know if you did. Did y'all take that? Who was it last night? Oh, Embiid under last night?
I did not. No, I didn't.
Dude, everyone's been on Alex's head on Twitter.
I mean,
I've seen that.
You can't be, bro. He scored 51. Like, you can't expect somebody to score 51. So it was like under 46 and a half, 47 and a half on like points, rebounds, and assists.
That was okay. I was like, I thought it was
Embiid.
points line. I was like, there's no.
I think his
way.
points was like 30 or something.
That's still insane.
Who'd they play?
Rockets, right? Or no?
No, they played the Timberwolves.
Oh,
And it was like
they're number one
they
defense.
haven't they're the best defense and they're a good team and they haven't like allowed that stat line in 118 games or something like that.
Damn,
and he won like 51 and 12.
Yeah, he went crazy.
He's been going crazy this whole season, though. So.
Like, of course, the one time
Trust the process, man.
And it's like, and that's the thing too with sports betting. Like, I feel like everyone's been like kind of like, there's one guy I tweeted, my boy Zach, who does like football stuff, and he was like, "You lost an unfollow," or he's like, "You lost a follower," and I'm like, "Bruh, like." It's betting. Like
somebody did say on Alex's though, he was like, I don't understand why people are mad. Like it's our choice to like bet it or not. Like
exactly.
I mean, it is what it is. And he was like, I mean, he was like, I shouldn't have said like it's the GOAT play or whatever. That's on me or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw another thing. They were like, oh, these bettors need to stop using big words like lock and like best bet and stuff
Lock's
like that.
A big word? What?
Because they were just saying like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, like they see it and it's like we're immediately gonna be inclined to like lock that in as a prop. But
they also have to understand like if you say lock, that means you're just confident about it.
Yeah,
like they're not gonna want like, oh, I bet this today. Like if you say lock, all right, this probably gonna hit.
Yeah, let me just say like this, bro. If you hit on a big play, or if you just happen to see a tweet and you tail them and they hit, like you're following them for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not like they're just bullshitting the whole time. Like you just kind of trust their word. They're like kind of smart what they do, or Big Bet Ben, like he has like a little AI shit or whatever. Like
I did some of those today.
You know what I mean? Like I did too. I hit on yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So like it is what it is. Like you're gonna win some and lose some. It's part of betting.
Though, is that it's basically you'll hear a lot of like people chirping, a lot of people saying stuff whenever they lose money. But like I guarantee, like if they win money, like you wouldn't hear anything. It's it's only a problem if they lose money, and like that's like you said. Going back to what you said
yesterday went stupid. I wonder how much money
with the
won.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah, I didn't even follow that guy, and he got to follow because I just seen what he did. I was like,
you know
bro,
what I mean?
I'm following you. Like you
bro,
went crazy,
money
bro.
exactly.
Like went crazy.
He had like 10 slips in one night.
Yeah, and he's not like one of the big like Twitter betting accounts. He just started. I think it's like 12K. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna follow you.
There's a guy that like posts all the time. Like he does. His name's like Raz Locks or whatever. But basically, like he'll put like 5K down like on a bet, but it's like a 2-man. And
so
wins
Racha hit 2 last night, 600 for 15K on a 6-man.
Yeah. Just like, why can't I?
Like, bro.
Like, bless me one.
On the topic of bets, is like I don't think I've actually talked to you about it because he was there for this, but like I don't think either one of y'all were here for this. Whenever I won that, like I think couple people told me, I think, that 6-man.
Yeah, bro.
We both told you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both told you. Yeah,
I was
that
the only one that
nice.
didn't tell you, and I helped you with it. I'm so
Yeah.
stupid. Bro.
I mean, that's what I did with Albert the other day. Sorry to cut you off, but like I
The UFC play?
helped Albert make a UFC one, and he won $200. I didn't even
You didn't even tell.
No.
Right? You just like give like
No, bro,
a little bit
come
of like
on.
I've noticed this.
like I
this.
told him every single bet to take.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been on such a dry streak lately. Like, I'm hoping that, it changes. It's
I'm hoping
frustrating.
tonight that it changes.
Like,
Let me tell
bro,
you.
I'll
like
tell you.
0.5, like 1. And that's the other thing. Like, the Steven Lawn, like, bro, those are the boys, but like, y'all can't be getting all mad like that. I said I was going to stop betting on NBA, and here I am still doing it.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said too. And like,
Yeah.
look
Yeah,
what I
but-
did to Nate, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, your play's pretty good, bro. I've been
Yeah.
betting on NBA. I've been more so shout out to Fliff. I've been, not a sponsorship or
Yeah, no
anything.
free shout outs.
Yeah,
Just
for
trying
real.
to,
But I've been doing like money lines and spreads and stuff. Like I've been watching a lot of basketball this season, so I kind of get a better understanding. Like it's of course it's hard, but if OKC is like -5 against the Clippers today, like I don't know, like. I think that's a decent line, or I think the Clippers will cover. Like that's gonna be a close ass game, or
So on Flip, you can bet the spread.
Yeah, you can bet.
Shout out Flip.
The thing with
No free
Flip too,
shout.
like you can deposit money and stuff, but I have almost like $6 in XP to get like gift cards, and I haven't like deposited all. So I just like copy whatever I'm tailing or bet the spreads and stuff like that. And you can get a gift card to like Chipotle for $25 if you grind it out, and that's
Yeah.
like that's free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
So
just got it
that's
from
pretty
betting.
cool.
Shout out to ZD
I
for
mean,
putting me on.
I think that's another thing too. People need to realize too. Like betting is like taking your own bias out of it. Like say like even though this is funny because it's kind of like ironic because the bet I won money on was like mostly it was the Texans players, but I'm like. Be careful betting on your own team because like
I never bet my team.
you're gonna be like you're gonna be able to like oh no they're gonna do over because they're my team they're perfect and that's
That is- that
awesome.
is a
Two
great
games though you
conversation,
lost, bro.
Zach.
I bet on DG and he hit, but like they lost and I stopped, and then we won out.
Why'd you stop?
Because you told me not to bet on my team.
Don't bet on
Yeah, I
your
was about to
team.
say, like, I'm low key the same way, bro. I don't bet on OKC at all.
I don't
like,
bet on my teams.
because especially for me, like, I be watching like every game,
Exactly.
so like I get so like
You
invested.
get it because you're already invested into the game, and
Exactly.
it's your team, so you're gonna get mad.
Exactly.
Then you're gonna get more mad because
Yeah, because Shaden hit
Like,
32
come on,
points
bro.
or whatever it is. Yeah,
Bro,
trust
and
me,
even when
bro.
I bet on the Jets, bro, like obviously we're not good, but like even when I bet on them, it's like good plays, but they'll hit and like we're just losing.
Losing,
Like, it's
yeah.
terrible.
What were we gonna say on your story? Sorry.
Oh.
So he was there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we
Yeah.
told you. Both of us told you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so literally we had just got done. Y'all went to the OU Texas game.
Yeah.
And then I think almost everyone left back home, and then me and Cedar were like screw it, let's go watch the games. And went to Texas Live.
Facts.
Which
That shit's
if
live.
you haven't been there, it's
I
amazing.
want to
would recommend
dude.
it. That
looks-
place is super
Yeah, I want to
dope.
go.
I was like, I would highly recommend if you like sports at all, definitely go there. It's pretty amazing. But it was kind of cool because we had the beds like that. We're watching the games like that. Coincidentally, we sat at a table and like there was like. I mean, you're in Arlington, so like you're not gonna see a whole bunch of Texans fan there. But coincidentally, there was someone literally sitting right behind us that was a Texans fan because we're cheering for it, and like, I mean, it's my team. Don't get me wrong, but I was cheering a little extra hard because I'm like, I have my bet going.
it.
And
For sure.
yeah, shout out to that guy. He got us some drinks. It was pretty cool. But it was kind of cool because like we're watching all the games. Like you're watching all the games. Like all right, like this one's going on. About to hit on that one. Da, da, da. It was pretty cool.
And the Rangers were playing that day
Yeah.
too, so they had like a whole like
fire.
announcement thing,
Yeah.
like oh yeah, go Rangers, and it'd be like the camera in like the Texas Live spot that like they show on TV whenever you watch.
That's fire.
We were in that. Bitch,
I feel like
bro.
Austin we need some kind of bar like that because I just like
Isn't the
'cause you
pitch
can-
like that?
You said where?
the pitch.
kinda like not. I would say the
I
pitch
know
is
it's soccer
more.
based, but like
Yeah, it's more soccer. It's not like everything.
Yeah, we need a
but-
place that's like everything to where like you because I feel like Texas Live, you could go there on like a Saturday or Sunday,
Yep.
day drink, vibe,
Yes.
but watch all the sports,
Yep.
but it's
Yes.
like a good spot for all that.
Bro, it's
So you're
so
saying
so
we should
cool.
build one.
I would
What'd you say?
recommend it.
So you're saying we should build one?
Hey, hey, we got ideas, man. We just need a little capital, you know. So
I'd recommend it. That
If
shit's
anyone wants to
fire.
throw us a bag,
What was it like when you won? Because we won the same amount. Like not that day,
no,
but
like
I've
he's
won.
saying
Like
his
I've won
most
that
he's
before.
won ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. I was like, no, I try to call you out. I was like, I don't think you bet that.
No.
Look at this guy.
But it was crazy. It was like it was kind of fun. And it was like it's kind of bittersweet because CJ had bet money, so he had a bet slip going too. And I'm like over here, I'm like, I just won like $1,500, I think. And he's over here like sweating on his bet. I'm like trying to be puzzles. Hey man, like they in my head, never know. And I'm over here,
Fuck Zach Wilson. Fuck Zach Wilson, bro. That was the day that we were like, oh no, yeah, we're never betting. That was that day. That was that day.
10 more yards, bro.
10 more
Exactly.
yards,
That's
bro.
what I'm
We would have
saying.
hit 2 6
Yep.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
Day.
god! I made that one.
Yeah, you made. I told you on that
you
one.
made that one, yeah.
Exactly.
Because we were
10
watching. They were
more
playing the
yards.
Broncos,
It was
bro.
it was the week after Kansas City when he like played like a dog.
Yeah.
And then the next week
Then they
I'm
played
like,
the Broncos,
And he
like,
played the Broncos.
And then
and
like he threw
that's
multiple
when they started
passes
doing
and-
like Broncos started doing pretty good. Like that's
And
like
then
with
I
their
think
turn of the season.
we would have hit it, but he threw it to Garrett
Garrett,
Wilson.
yeah.
And I think it was just thinking of a pass or he dropped it or something or he got picked something. But I was like,
yeah, that's what it was.
picked,
It was a
yeah.
pick.
bro.
Yeah, it got
Trust me,
picked.
bro.
It was
Fuck
one of
Zach
those ones
Wilson.
where it was like I think it like went through the D or like Garrett and like the DB. I don't know. It was tough.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
bad.
god.
It's tough,
tough.
man. But yeah, if Prize Picks or any of you guys want to
Sponsor us, man.
throw us a bag, let's
We gave y'all
let's
free
talk.
promo for the first
Email
10
us
minutes.
at opinionated sports talk at gmail.com. We get something going because
talk to us.
we're donating and we know
We're donating.
There's guys that y'all
Literally.
sponsor because they have followings, but let's be honest, they don't know more than us when it comes
don't
to
know
sports.
ball.
Like this,
Come on.
they don't know ball. Like ball don't lie. But
I stopped betting Ben on football.
oh, for sure. But sometimes he has good props. But then when you compare him with other, I look at his props and if I see like other people that I know, like know what they're talking about, and they're similar, then I might take him.
Yeah.
But Zach Roberts, I'll give him a free shout out because that man, he'll do like those game slips. Yeah,
I saw that too. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
I didn't put it that way. No.
All right, Panty camera 2.
But Zach
Alex, please change camera 2, please.
But Zach Roberts, that man is solid, bro. Like I might have to clip this and tag him. Like that man is cold with it. Like he does those he does like full game slips. So like we're watching full game, you have like money on all like both teams basically, and like he literally like bro, he's been 5 for 6 for like the last 4 weeks, really? And like when he misses, it's like by like a little bit on one of the guys. So shout out to him. That he knows his stuff. He's got a good model if he's using one.
Is he? You just been telling him on like NFL?
Yeah, NFL. He does basketball, but I think like I have like him for NFL, and then I have like Ben, Professor Profit.
Yeah, I would say Ben's
Alex
pretty good at
Caruso.
basketball.
Those are like NBA guys. Isn't that his name?
No, yeah,
it's
no,
Alex
it's just
Caruso.
crazy that
No,
that's his
because
name.
I read it and I was like, bro, that
Bro,
is his
I thought
name.
so too. I was
Yeah.
like, is that really his name?
Yeah, that's probably his name. I mean,
but like all
it's
those
pretty
guys are
basic
pretty
name.
good at basketball.
Yeah,
So
facts.
it's fun and
I usually
Look
tell
at that
Alex
bread.
just because like I like how he breaks everything down.
that's
Yeah.
how this other guy
Yeah.
I follow too, Dr. Profit. Like he does the same thing. He does like write ups and stuff. He's pretty good too. And so I feel like that's something like I would love for us to get into next year.
Oh, facts,
like,
bro.
Like we started chips and or like I made a couple stuff for like chips and slips, which
Yeah.
is like it was just like an idea. Like I'm busting with the boys. They have a show called Slips and Picks 550.
Yeah.
And like they do NFL betting, and then they have Bet the Bus, which is college football. But it's like we've been doing it. I feel like it like it's on brand. Like,
Yeah.
PCT has 3-man weave.
Yeah.
And then we have like double knockout, 54
50,
yards,
yep.
and all this other stuff. So I feel like it's very on brand to like have a betting show.
Yeah.
To me, the hardest thing to bet is college football. That's just me.
I don't think so, bro. I think like
Baseball.
especially with
Baseball.
those football,
Baseball's pretty
those like
tough.
touchdown combined football like those were kind of money. Like AJ showed us those, and like they're
Like
pretty.
the anytime touchdowns and shit.
It's like but it's like combined, so it'll be like Dylan
Oh,
Gabriel and
yes,
like
those are
Michael
fire.
Penix, and like
Well-
those are kind of money. I feel like
Prize Picks doesn't have anytime touchdowns. Typically,
No,
like
they don't.
receiving touchdown or whatever.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
passing
Well,
or rushing.
Yeah,
It's like
but
Sleeper and
Sleeper has like
Anytime.
anytime touchdown.
That's why I like that too, because like no free shout outs again. But like the anytime touchdown, dude, like if you really know college football and like watch it how we do, like you can make some bread, bro. Because there's so many like you just know players on teams that are like gonna score at least once a game. And in college football, like there's such an advantage for players that like like they're gonna like Marvin Harrison Jr. He's probably gonna get one touchdown a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
So
Yeah, but I mean, hey, like you said, we talked about betting for 10 minutes. I get in a
Facts.
free promo, but we'll get into all the promotion, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
How was this year for the PCT boys with y'all?
Go ahead, Zach. I want to hear what you got to say.
It's been good. I got some people in the audience talking right now. But it's been good. It's like that. I think we finally like found our stride. We're like trying new things. We're throwing ideas out. I think Alex kind of talked about this the other day. It was pretty cool. it's like we got together like as a team. We were like we're throwing ideas out there, so it's kind of cool. Like we got to brainstorm. It's like we haven't actually got to do that in a while, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I was like we're finally getting a little more organized and planned out. It's like that. So that's been pretty cool. I was like I've been appreciative of that. And then everybody's been doing amazing. It's kind of cool. Like you'll see like a project that like someone's doing on the side that you didn't even know about. All of a sudden they post it. It's like, oh, like damn, like that's pretty cool. It's like they're talented with like editing and stuff. So it's been pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's just super cool for me just seeing like everyone kind of stepping into their role, So I think that was like the main thing that I noticed this year, at least. Shout out Zay, shout out Zach, shout out Alex, shout out JG, everybody. You know what I mean? Like they all kind of were doing what like they enjoyed to do and helping the brand grow at the same time. So that was the main thing I noticed, and it's just cool seeing that because I mean y'all know about it. Like I was staying up late at night trying to get all this stuff done and doing these things to try to build the brand, and now that I can kind of take a step back in a sense, of course I'm still working towards building the brand, but in a different way, like working on myself and trying to figure out what the next thing for us to do is. Like, yeah, we got this whole content creation down. Now it's what's the next plan, because that's kind of how you got to think whenever you're trying to build up a business and a brand. It's forever changing, like this podcast stuff, yeah, it's cool, but like what is gonna help us grow even more? And I feel like that's what we kind of started tapping into even at the beginning of the last year, like doing the shorts, like basic question type of shorts that we were doing. Those were kind of what helped us grow a lot at the beginning. And then we started, Alex and Zay did like the skits, and JG was doing like, and Alex were doing the fast lanes and
music videos,
helping out us. And then of course I was doing little stuff on the side with Sias, doing little live performances, like just stuff like that, bro. Like stuff that, I just enjoyed like watching myself, and stuff that is just helping us express ourselves in a creative way, and like even like the Last of Us gaming videos, like, that's a cool shout out to Zay, you know what I mean? Like that was a cool concept that I didn't have anything. Obviously I was a part of it, I was like commentating in a sense, but that was all him, you know what I mean? Like that's what he wanted to do, and I was like, let's do it. Like I'm never gonna say no to any of the ideas the boys bring to me, because I think everything is a good idea in a sense, you know what I mean? Like I'll kind of like ask like, oh, how do you want to go about it? Because that's the behind the scenes of like those type of things. It's like, all right, how are we gonna record it? Do you want to do audio or just the gameplay, or so it's forever changing with like stuff like that, but it's just trying to think of new ways to innovate the brand. I think that was like this year for us for the most part.
Yeah. How was it for you this year? Like, well, before I ask this question, anybody know what time we're at?
I got 20 on the caster. Yeah, we're at 19, so
cool.
you guys.
How was it for you this year, like branching off and doing different things? 'Cause last year was pretty much like podcasting, and then this year was like you're podcasting, doing, then y'all do challenges, and then y'all do, you do Sias's live performance, and then he branched off and did 3-Man Weave. So how was that for you this year, being able to like do all those things and start stepping into like different areas of the content creation?
Yeah, no, that like shit, that's what I wanted to do from the beginning, so it was super cool for me. Like, I mean, I tell everyone, bro, like I've been wanting to do stuff like this, like this has always been like a dream when I was like a little kid, to try to do like content creation, and just being able to do it with like my friends and helping one another out, or helping Sias or helping JG, like kind of like, oh bro, like you could do this, like just like find something that you love and just keep working towards it. Like it was super cool, like being able to do like 3-Man Weave, like you said, with ZD. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like y'all motivated me to do that. Like watching y'all's podcast, like y'all love it. Y'all love football and talking about it with one another and getting like having those discussions. Just super cool to me. And like I'm not gonna lie, I watch it. Like that's that's how I really started getting into college football. Honestly, like I told y'all, like I'm more into basketball, but you seeing y'all do that every single week and be consistent and like how much passion y'all have for it. Like it made me like, bro, like I kind of want to do something with that, like with basketball. And obviously the closer I've gotten with ZD, I kind of figured out like he had that same type of vibe as well. And I just brought it up to him and I was like, hey, you know, I'm wanting to do something like kind of like how 54 yards is, like Cam and Carlos. Like I want to do something like that with basketball. Like, would you be down? And he was like, for sure, bro. Like, and because I obviously I got to know him and the way he talks about hoops, like he's probably more passionate about it than I am, you know? So, and he's like really tapped in with all like the little detailed things and the CBA like rules that are coming up next season and who's the owner of the like Phoenix Suns and like random stuff, you know? Like, so it's super cool and, you know, kind of helping him out, giving him a platform because I know how he can use what he loves and make like really good content that a lot of people don't know about. And if you can help grow your brand and, you know, help, you know, my brand as well, like grow into its own as well, like that shit's so cool to me, bro. And just helping each other out, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate you watching and listening to the 54 yards because I appreciate a lot more this year because I felt like this year was the first year in a while to where I actually like started getting back into football how it was, and especially during this off season because I mean, y'all know for the longest I was always working like on the weekends and whatnot. So like it was really during like when COVID hit, it's kind of when I like stopped being like tapped into sports. Like I would watch games, but I wouldn't like know how much I did before like recruits or who did what in games and stuff like that. And then this year, I feel like this was the best 54 yards year, season 2. Yeah, I mean, I guess
definitely. I mean,
I can't say it's the best year, but it was better than last year, I would say.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I just think too, like, just to touch on what Carl's is talking about, like we niched it down too, so like we were able to make that second sports channel, and like people that were coming over there were just like following sports content only, and then making like short form content and stuff like that too. And even like I can kind of pick up back off of what Carl's is saying too, just from a passion standpoint, because like college football, I feel like it's in like the best place it is right now. Like you have a new you have like the 12-team playoff coming next year. You have the game about to come out again.
Yep.
Recruiting is crazy. NIL is crazy. Like I sent y'all that graphic. Like this is the first time that I think it was the first time that like it was something about like the 5 stars. Like it was like
it's the first time it's the first time in history
top
that
5 stars all signed different.
The top 12, I think.
Yeah, all signed
all
different.
signed
different
on
teams?
different teams.
Oh, that's
yeah.
kind of fire.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Like,
That
it
is
shows
cool.
that
Wait, that's never happened before?
no. Because typically it's like
It's usually like
it's
Bama
we're
or
gonna go to
Georgia.
Bama, we're gonna go
That's
to
true.
Georgia, we're gonna go to like you might get
Ohio
two to
State,
Texas, 2 to
yeah.
Oklahoma, but
Yeah.
like now you're getting like there's Tech has a 5-star, like
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't happen.
So,
now.
quick question with that then is like, do y'all think this upcoming season is the most like diverse with talent then?
I think
like,
this
that we've
season's
had?
gonna be
I think this
crazy.
I think
just
this
in
coming
general.
up season is the most anticipated season ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the most diverse with talent because I feel like a lot of teams always had talent. Like Ohio State's always had
Yeah.
talent. LSU's always had
Yeah.
talent. Bama, Michigan,
Everyone.
like
all
Oregon,
the
like a lot
top
of
teams, like all the
Yeah.
top 12
Yeah.
teams, like they all have talent. And when you look at the top 25 graphic that came out about like recruiting and stuff like that, it's literally like 13 SEC schools with us, Oklahoma, Texas included. Then you have, I think, like 8 Big Ten schools, and then you have Notre Dame, who's always in there, and then you have like a few other schools. Like I think Tech's the only Big 12 school now, so it's like it's going to be kind of top heavy from a talent perspective, but with the
Colorado.
they're not in the top 25 in recruiting.
Oh yeah, they're not. I thought you. I thought you were about 5 stars.
No, you're good. But
I
even
would say
then, like you have just like a top in like talent standpoint, and like the whole like the 12-team playoff is gonna make it like
That's what I'm excited
that shit's
for.
gonna
That's
be crazy,
interesting.
bro. It's because like there's
That's
a,
what I'm
like
excited
and
I
then
don't know how it's gonna be interesting how it
then
works.
because then you got like
for sure.
the Big 12, and you know, there's just so many teams in there
I
that
think the Big 12 is gonna be.
It's wide
I
open.
personally think the Big 12 is gonna be the second best conference next year because it's so wide open. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of sleeper teams.
nah, it's not gonna be better than it'll be the third.
We'll
Big
see.
10?
We'll
yeah,
see.
it's not gonna be better than that.
Well, because you got Colorado going over there, who's
none of those teams
maybe
are
on
better
the
than
upward.
Penn
Arizona's
State.
going over there. Oklahoma State's always good.
But even then, like none of those teams are even better than Penn State or Oregon or Washington. None of them are. None of them. Like, yeah, Penn State loses to Michigan and Ohio State, but like Penn State would beat all those teams in the Big 12. That's not even. And look at their roster. Like, they have way more blue chippers, way more 4 or 5 stars. Like, those teams aren't better than them.
Arizona might be the only team.
They're like good right now, but it's 1 year though.
Yeah, well,
you know?
Just in Arizona, because I mean they're trending upward. They got that true freshman QB who's kind of
He's
nice with it,
and he has braids.
Yeah.
Watch out, Steve might start saying he's him now.
You facts. You might start saying what's the next name for
Washington
for the quarterback.
For I don't know for sure.
It's like FIOR or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just. But
hey, be for real.
Rue, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, we started doing the sports podcast, and it, you know, trends in it, and it's cool to see like you and ZD do 3-man weave, and like, because for me, like how you were kind of saying about 54 yards, like that's kind of high end with like NBA and basketball and hoops and stuff. Like, I've been like watching more because obviously, if you guys have made it this far, we talked about sports betting, so now I've been watching more because of that
for sure.
But just hearing like you and ZD like break it down, talk about like true shooting percentage, talk about like, and the thing is too, I like with y'all is like since he's a little bit younger and you're a little older, y'all don't agree with a lot of stuff.
No,
and like it's
honestly,
cool to like
we don't agree on a lot.
So it's cool to see to like go back and forth and like, you know, like, and you're like, nah, I don't really agree with that. And then, like, so I like that aspect of it.
What's true shooting percentage?
It's I think it's your field goal, your free throw, and like your 3-point combined. So let's say like you're 61% true shooting percentage. That means like you shoot well pretty much from everywhere. Like
so basically, anytime you've ever taken a shot, like how many you made it
I wonder
basically.
what Curry is.
He's probably around that because he shoots like 90% from the from the free throw. He
Like
probably
40%.
He's probably like a 50, 40, 90 type of player. So crazy.
But as one thing I want to ask you was, for him doing 3-man weave, Alex going and getting the camera and filming. He has a highlight that came out today, actually. Apparently, who's it on? That highlight, the video you made is what? For what? It's on his Instagram. Well, he will have a highlight video coming out on Bash's Instagram account. And Zay going to get a camera does like and JG, does any of this inspire you to like do your own thing or like want to like learn how to edit or want how to like shoot with the camera or anything?
I want to do it. Like I want to learn how to edit. It's like that, but like right now, like financially, it's like it's like I gotta wait for that. I was like, I can't go out and like go drop 2-3K on a MacBook real quick just to go into editing. I was like, because right now I was like, honestly, I was like, I want to go learn how to edit, but at the same time, like it kind of doesn't make full sense right now because I was like, we have plenty of people that know how to edit.
That's true.
On us right now. So
That's true.
So like, while I personally want to go do that, it's like it doesn't make sense from a like business perspective to go and do that.
I feel like too like. You have a good point on that because like a lot of us do know how to edit and like edit in different areas better than others, and I feel like where your expertise will be like helped or needed will be like with technology, like whenever we get a studio or like setting up you and Alex working on the Discord together and stuff like that, like doing stuff like that because like at the end of the day, like if you could edit that would be nice, but at the same time like you have other skills as well.
Yeah,
like, that isn't like an immediate need.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's like that. I was like, I think I should definitely take advantage of that because I'm like, I have plenty of people that have different styles of editing. They all different they all know different things.
Yeah.
So I think I should definitely capitalize on that while I can.
Yeah.
And get their knowledge like that. I think that's a great thing to do. But financially, right now, it's like it's on the back burner right now.
No, definitely.
I was like,
I also have a MacBook.
I was gonna say, would you ever like use his
you
old
have the
Mac to
extra
like
one.
even like mess
That's what
around
I have
with
it for.
videos?
because I was like, honestly, I was like, I want to like, there's like some video ideas that I have like I want to try out, but like I don't want to like fully commit to because I want to play around with it, kind of like find my style and kind of like do that. It's like that. So I don't want to. I was like, because I like, there's like some videos like ideas I had for like John and Johnny's fightings like that. That's my ideas with that. Like I want to do car content.
Oh really? No.
Maybe with Cam.
Yeah,
he's down for that.
As long as we don't get another GoPro and
At least it was free.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You ran into that one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, No, someone ran into that one, literally. Yeah, that was.
Oh, shit.
You know what's funny now? I was like looking back at it, that was the dumbest thing ever. Come like, why the fuck would I do that,
Bro, is this funny?
My
Because
car has
I know
cameras
I
already.
just know your ass was like, yo, like it says rated for whatever miles per hour.
I
I'm
was
just put it in my
sick
car
off.
and you just floored it. I know that's what you did.
But the funny thing is, it fell off going 80 miles an hour, and it's like, oh, rated for up to 155. I'm
You
like,
need that thing he got,
oh, that like
What,
it's like a it's
super
for your
glue?
camera though.
basically.
But that it's like
I'm sure you can use a GoPro. on
You
it.
probably no, you can use it on people's car on the outside.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm
use it
saying.
on
I'm pretty sure you
people?
can put a
it's called,
GoPro
it's
on
like
it.
a suction thing.
Yeah.
And you like pump it and it like
at someone's
it
head.
like claps to like whatever. I used it when me and David shot that M3 video. This
What
guy
video?
here.
video.
That was a suction and it
Suction
clamps.
clamps.
They got that, you got that grip on
That
that
gorilla grip.
I was looking at CJ's face like, wow.
Got that grip on that
Yeah,
Johnson.
got that. Facts.
But
That Johnson?
Hey man, there's been a lot of terms that have been thrown around within the group, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, no, that's cool.
That
That's-
might be the most overused one.
bro, because of Lon and like,
And Steve.
I'm like, bro,
They use
like,
it for everything, bro.
I'm
The
like, bro,
Johnson,
like,
this
come on
Johnson
now.
right here. I'm
It's
like,
like,
bro,
you can't
Bro,
overuse
he's
it.
like,
fucking
Steve said
insane.
something crazy on our pod, something about Johnson. I was like, bro,
Oh.
pause. Like, sometimes you gotta like, oh, he said I'm about to take this. Just,
oh yeah, that was after the pod.
bro, pause.
That was after
brother.
the pod.
Didn't
Pause.
okay? Someone said something. I forgot what the context of it was, but I could have swore someone said something about like, oh yeah, you just got to suck on that Johnson, and I'm like, bro, you cannot say that. Like, I don't care what the
Who said
context.
that, bro?
I want to say it was. I think it was Lon that
Call
said
him
it.
out. Yeah.
Pause
call him out.
police got to be on full at broken.
Yeah, I'm
Broken
like,
Bones.
bro,
times.
like, I'm not even trying to be funny and make this into something it's not, but I was like, you cannot say that in that sentence. Like,
No.
I don't care.
You gotta like know when to use it. Like you can't like he's saying like with anything. You can't just like say it whatever.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
shot.
I don't know.
Coming up in the new year.
Anywho,
Yeah, anywho, on to the next. Coming up in the new year, obviously, as he said earlier in the podcast, this is Cam's new casa, so we don't have the studio anymore, man. We don't have the apartment
Facts.
anymore. It's
R.I.P.
RIP.
1313.
We just yesterday was the last day, December 20th.
Facts.
So said our
Damn.
last goodbyes, and we don't have like a set spot to record. So going into the next new year, what is y'all's plan, and like what do y'all have planned for the next new year as well?
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say so. Like, I kind of wanted to talk to the whole PCT boys about it because I don't know if y'all might know, but we usually shoot on Tuesdays. So this past week, obviously, I was moving out of 1313, so it was a little harder for us to meet up. But even if we can't meet up, I want to like do like a FaceTime or something just so we can kind of get on the same page and kind of plan out this upcoming new year. But to my knowledge, what we would be doing the internal pods, like recap pods and or whatever those type of things. When all of us together, we would just meet up at Zach's crib, but Zach and I's crib,
Yes.
and kind of do stuff there, like kind of have that be like PCT's like HQ in
HQ,
a
yeah.
sense. Like if we ever need to do something, we could just meet up there, or if we need to talk, we could. We're gonna start like you talked about it more since obviously we don't live together anymore. Hopping on Discord, hopping on whatever, just so we could talk. You know what I mean? So we could kind of like fire some ideas at each other and stuff like that. Because that's something. Honestly, Zay and Alex talked about it on the last the pod that y'all did with them. We never really planned stuff like that, so it was kind of hard. Not hard. It was just like, oh, I'm not sure what we're doing this week, so let's figure out. Trying to start getting better about doing
like
that,
instead of just being like on the fly,
like last minute
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But of course, Zach, he was saying that he doesn't want just like any randoms and stuff at the crib, so we would probably shoot those either at Alex's or JG's or whoever. That's kind of what this upcoming Tuesday I kind of want to talk about to the boys.
Yeah,
figure
whenever
out.
you get a guest on. And
Yeah,
stuff like
just
that.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? It's your
Yeah.
crib. You don't really want to know everyone knowing where you're at
Yep.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's kind of how we are too. Like, especially until at least until we can get a studio too, because I feel like that'll be the good thing about it all is like we will have somewhere for all of us to like if we want to have a random pull up and like a guest or whatever, they can shoot there. But even like with this was one of the things that kind of sold me on this spot is like me and Kat toured it and they have like nice conference rooms and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, I have a podcast. Like, could I shoot here? And they were like, yeah, as long as you're like first come, first serve. So it'd be kind of like a risk and stuff. Like if we plan a guest and it's like, yeah, like whatever. So maybe me and Carlos might have to get there at like 6 o'clock and just wait on the guest till 7 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But at least like even for that, like obviously like me and Kat live here. Like we don't want like stuff like this is fine because it's like the gang. But like any like person we've never met, like
sure,
it'll be like in a public place essentially.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. No, but it's good to hear that because I mean, we've been talking about the Discord a lot, and just being more intentional with like our time and meeting times, especially because we don't all live together. Especially now, like you had 3 of us, like the 3, like I would say like, for lack of a better term, like head guys or whatever.
Wow.
But like for lack of a better term, like we were saying, like we were able to all meet in the same spot. So like it's a lot easier for everyone to want to pull up and stuff because we can all just like sit there, meet there, and know what we're kind of getting into. But what I think is cool and like what will continue to be cool is just like seeing like the evolution of everyone. Like we've been talking like more meetings, like getting in Discord, being intentional. Like we obviously have the text every Monday where we, you know, and I was really happy. Like everyone fired off a text in there on Monday. So it was good to see like everyone talk about what they're doing, like have accountability. And it doesn't even have to be like always opinionated related. Like we all like are still living our life. Most of us, if not all of us, are still having other jobs full time. So like obviously stuff comes up, but it's cool to see what everyone's doing. And then I feel like we like maybe had a call on Thursdays or something like that. To kind of see like what everyone did for the week, kind of like stay on task. And I think too, which is even something me and Carl should be better with, is just having like more like set deadlines and not having like that to like get on someone's ass, but just more so it's like, hey, we like have to have this done like here, or like if you can't, then why? And then it kind of like, you know, makes the work like not just stay in a vault or like floating. It's like, all right, well, we shot this a month, 2 months ago. Like, why isn't it not out? You know, but if you fit like a deadline and then if something comes up, you could be like, hey, you know, I'm like this far with this project, but like something came up, I got to push it off to like next Friday or something. So I feel like all that stuff, and that's just like part of being organized and organization and growing up.
Yeah,
so it's cool to
just
see.
more business structure too, because it's like once we get to where we want to be in full time and whatnot, like we can't have those like stuff sitting in the vault or stuff can't be late because. I mean, that is our job, so we have to treat it like it's an actual job. Because if stuff's late during your actual, like you're a programmer, if something's late, like you know, you're gonna get talked to, written up, whatever the case is.
No, we keep it pushing. Anyways,
whoa. Or like even for you, like CJ, you're telling me like if you guys like get behind like cooking and stuff, like
bro,
yeah, like if it's our full time job, we have to treat it like it's an actual job. And that's what we're trying to work towards. Like you said, we're not trying to do it to be like assholes or anything, but we just have to treat it like what we want it to be. And I mean, the same thing too is like time management and like being on time. That's another big thing that we want to work on as well. Just like everybody being on time. And like if we say 7 o'clock, we're starting at 7 o'clock.
Not like having it like set up too. Like I mean, which kind of sucks with not having like a studio and stuff because obviously it's a lot easier to just go there and it's all set up. But for us, like I like to have it like when y'all pulled up, it was all set up and stuff. Like just trying to be better about that. So it's not like because obviously like we don't see each other all the time. Like we want to like shoot the shit, maybe talk for like 30 minutes or whatever, but at least like it's set up and like it's not like you're having to do that too. And I feel like that even looks good for a guest too. Like you have a guest on and they pull up and it's like, damn, like they're just waiting on me, ready to go. Like they're probably gonna like that.
Yeah,
you know? So,
I feel you.
And that's why we're gonna have like those Discord meetings and the outings, like especially the outings when we like
the outings,
if it's
definitely.
like here or we go out somewhere or whatever the case is, like just being with each other. That's what that time for is like when we do see each other. Like obviously when we see each other, it's time to record, but like outside of it, that's when it's like all fun and games and let's have fun.
No, yeah, I feel you. And like going back to what y'all said about like, you know, not wanting to be an asshole and stuff, like I completely understand that, but not saying that someone has to be, but some people like
accountability.
Yeah, like you just some people have to do that in a sense to show like how serious you are about what it is we're trying to do. So I think that's kind of what I've realized this year too. Like, you know, we're all friends, you know, when it all comes down to it. But, you know, we are trying to do this and take it serious. So someone has to kind of, you know, be that guy and be like, hey, you know, we said we're gonna get this out at this time. What's going on? You know, and that was like my thing at the beginning. You know, I never wanted to be that guy, but someone has to be, and especially with how serious we're wanting to take it and seeing like the potential we have and the network that we're kind of building up. It's like, why would we not? We've been doing it for a couple of years now. Y'all been doing it for like going on what, 5 years, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're getting to that point where it's like, all right, let's take it serious now, boys. Like, what are we doing? We're all kind of, we're pushing 30 now.
Not
so it's
for real,
like,
though.
what's this is if this is really what we're wanting to do, then like let's lock in and do it. Because I've always kind of been that guy. It's like when I'm super into stuff, like I get into it. So and that's kind of been what's cool, and everyone's kind of holding each other accountable. And shout out to Steve and Lon and everyone, but like really behind the scenes that like isn't really shown, but like is also a part of this as much as any of us, you know what I mean? Because even like you, Zach, like, you know what I mean? Like you're not like you were saying, you're not editing or you're not shooting photos, but you're posting the stuff on IG, which is like where we have our most followers at, you know what I mean? And you've gotten pretty good about knowing when to post it and certain times, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
it's super cool seeing that, because like you may not be editing, but that's fine. Like not everyone needs to do that. And like I'm not even the best editor. I'm not the best photographer. I'm not the best videographer. But like you also have to have ideas to help grow the brand at the same time, and that's probably just as important as those things. So just figuring out like everyone's roles is super dope. Like like everyone's kind of stepping into like their own, like I was saying earlier. So no, I understand what you mean, because I want this, and everyone I can kind of see is starting to get super serious. So that I could tell they're getting to the point where like, let's do this.
How was it for you this year, like stepping into that like social media manager role? Like, was that because he said you like post at good times and all that? So was that something like you just like looked up algorithms, or you just kind of post whenever?
Well, I think it honestly was based off of y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I give y'all full credit on that.
Definitely.
I was like, cause
I even can tell like y'all have updated the way you like caption your stuff. Like posting like a capital starting of each like word, and then like maybe an emoji, and then you do like the dots, and then you put the hashtags at the bottom. So then so it's not like when people see it on like their feed, it's not like all there.
50 hashtags.
Yeah, it's like separated from it.
Yeah, I was like, because I've tried to play around with it a little bit, just to be honest, like timings like that, and like I think y'all and CJ kind of told me like that certain time frame I'm not gonna leak that, but
But we had to learn. So
I was like, sorry, I was like, it's like not trying to gatekeep, but at the same time I'm not gonna leak that. So because I was told that, I was like, okay, well, respectfully, like I understand that, but I was like, I want to go and try it myself too, because I want to play around.
Yeah,
I was like, because I don't want to have
you have
just
to do that too.
Just that one time, come like, well, let me go play around. Let me post a bit later. Let me post a little earlier, see what happens. Just to see if like there's another backup time, like hey, if I don't post it within the schedule and I missed it for whatever reason, I can post it later on in the day. And this time frame,
It'll still perform.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to play around with, and like come to find out, like I haven't really found if there is a later time. I haven't found it yet, but I was like that time that like that we all know is a good times like that.
And just even knowing too, like I feel like on the weekends, like posting content on the weekends too is like you gotta like kind of be smart with that, because yes, people are on their phone, but like this, it's so flooded because everyone's probably doing stuff, or like they're on their phone, they're not like trying to really, unless you have like a big ass following, like they're not really trying to like watch that type of stuff.
I was like, maybe I'll have to play around with this, but
no, definitely
throwing this idea out there is like maybe post it like kind of like I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 at night, like on the weekends, because people are like getting ready to go out, like that. So like they're kind of like this is not a diss to any like one at all, but like boyfriends are waiting for the girlfriends to get ready because they take a little longer. So like boyfriends want to watch something while they're like the girlfriend's getting ready,
sitting on the neck like God, man.
Not for real, bro. You just take a shower, you got your fit already picked out. You're like,
I bet girls get so mad at that, bro. Like, it takes you 5 minutes to get ready. It's so
like, I'm like, I'm ready. I'm just chilling and
catch up on the YouTube, all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm waiting for my girlfriend to get ready. Like, let me go watch like YouTube. Let me go do something. So it's like I think that might be an idea.
Yeah. No, like I said, bro, I'm like all like I don't care, bro. Like I'm down for whatever y'all think is a good idea. That's why I always ask y'all about stuff like that. Like, hey, when do y'all want to post this? When do you want to do these things? Like, I feel like that kind of matters, you know. Like it's all about like how shout out to y'all because y'all kind of taught me like timing of stuff. You know, we'll have like Christmas stuff coming up soon, like on Christmas Eve and on Christmas because that's like the thing. You know what I mean? Like. I mean,
shooting in advance.
Yeah, like I mean, it'll be out by this time, so it won't be a secret. But we're gonna do like the Christmas movies on Christmas Eve, and then we're gonna do the presents on Christmas Day because that's a relevant topic. And you know, you might not be on your phone, but hey, like people are gonna be on their phone during that time. You know,
and everyone's off.
Everyone's off, so they're gonna be trying to do something if you know, whenever they're not hanging out with their family. You know, and it's all really comes down to the algorithm. So hates to be that guy, but like it all kind of depends on when you post it and if it kind of just hits the right at the right catches.
Time. It's so random too because I feel like you can make something super crazy edited super well, but it's like if it doesn't hit the algorithm, it doesn't matter. Or if you just like the more and more you feed the machine, like YouTube, Instagram, whatever, the more you're rewarded. And then there's also content like we talk about. It's like evergreen too. Like it's something that can constantly get views, constantly be watched. Maybe 2 years later, it'll spike and like have 30,000 views or something like that. So I feel like there, a lot of the stuff people don't know about, and you know, it's just like trial and error. And like that's something I wanted to ask y'all. Is this like, what do you think are like the major differences, like where you guys are now and where you guys were last time we had this last year?
I would say structured. Structured like that, and basically, we, for lack of a better term, we aren't doing it just to do it.
Yeah,
I was like, we're doing it with like intent and purpose now. I was like, because before, like, oh, like, you know, we have to get this person on, let's shoot a podcast.
Yeah,
we got this person on, you know, we have to shoot this, we have to get it out.
Yeah,
and it seemed like, you know, speaking from my personal self,
yeah, for sure,
it was like it felt like it was basically like a cycle. It was like, all right, cool, like, and nothing against those people at all. They were all very interesting people. They're all very like very cool, very into you know, their whole niche and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, from being on the other side of that, it's like, all right, like let's shoot another person. Cool, like, you know, we edited it, we got it out. So it's like it seemed like very like cyclical.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that in a way. I definitely think like the good thing about most of the guests we got on, especially lately, is like we've continued to either have a relationship with them after or we had something with them prior. But like I understand that too, because it's like you don't want to just get a guest on your podcast and then it's like, all right, we shot this cool person or whatever, then that's it. It's just like kind of transactional. So definitely like trying to bridge the gap to where it's like, let's continue to work together or like, let's at least like keep in touch or whatever. Because it definitely is hard because you can get someone on with a ton of followers that's like popping and stuff. Yeah. But it's like, yes, they might have said yes to your platform, but then it's like, that's it. And then you got to be able to retain the audience too. And that's kind of like whenever we get a studio, like I want to do roundtables once a week because it's just us and it'll be us talking about like relevant events and topics. And then we can build our like following. So people like want to only watch us because they like us. And if like we have a guest on, cool. If we don't, cool. It's kind of like how Bussin' with the Boys is for me. Like I think Carl's has started watching and listening to them and like you watched a few clips, but like they haven't had a guest on in a while, really. They'll have sometimes NFL players zoom in and stuff, but they're just really entertaining ass dudes. Hell yeah. There's really
both of them are there. The
guy from the Giants.
Yeah, he's there too.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the boy.
But they're like both entertaining guys, man, and like they have like cool topics, cool engagement, and they're just like funny, hilarious. And I feel like once we get to that point, then like we're good. Cause like we know we can just shoot something and post it and like we're not like having to always rely on a guest, even though we like that storytelling aspect and stuff. It's not like we don't want that to be just like the end all be all.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry, no, sorry. What do you think that's like for them?
What's up?
Like Ohtani and the other guy, like they're from Japan and I almost say they don't have football over there. They might. I'm gonna say they don't. Like them going to an NFL game and just watching it.
I would assume it's probably just like how it is when everyone watches a sport. You know, it's just like damn, like. Those just some athletes like you kind of like they're different. You know what I mean? Like damn, like Stafford really just threw a fucking 60-yard bomb. Like that shit looks crazy, you know. So and I'm assuming they say the same thing when Shohei hits a bomb.
Like if a basketball player goes and he hits like a 430-foot bomb. Like
exactly,
damn.
Damn, like he really did that. Yeah, I think it's just probably just appreciation, especially at that point. Like Shohei probably understands how hard it is to be at that level.
At professional level.
Yeah, and he doesn't see it all the time. Like you say, he's from Japan and stuff, so it's probably like, wow, like
That contract is so crazy. Like,
Yeah, ridiculous.
Side note on that contract is still
Nuts,
insane.
bro.
One thing I was gonna ask you,
So-
it is a year later. What is the biggest difference you've seen from the boys last year versus this year?
I would say they're definitely more driven now. Like, I mean, not saying they weren't before, because obviously, you know, we've all kind of taken it serious. But I think they see the potential that we have, because, you know, we'll post shorts and stuff, and I had sent like a little, or I just texted the group chat, a little PCT group chat. I was like, yo, like the past like 5 out of the last 7 reels we posted on IG has like over 1,000 views or like 1,200 views or something. And like that's a lot for us because we don't even have 500 followers, you know?
No doubt.
So it's like, all right, people are actually watching it. You know, they might not be liking it, they might not be commenting or sharing or whatever it is, but like our people are like, eyes are getting drawn to us. And I've talked to y'all, I've talked to everyone about it. I mean, you know what I mean? I've always felt like we've always had kind of like a little buzz, like not as big as, you know, other brands or like companies and stuff that are here, but like we have like a good following that kind of like have always been rocking with us for a while. So I think, you know, the boys kind of saw that and were like, all right, kind of got invested into it, you know. And I think the whole doing meetings and doing these other things outside of just shooting a podcast, like how, you know, you were saying, Zach, and that's kind of how I felt about that whole situation as well. When we first started, is like, dang, we're just getting, you know, these guests on, and of course, like you said, shout out to them. You know, we appreciate every single one that came onto the podcast, but you know, that was never really what I was just wanting to do. I didn't just want to interview people. Like I wanted it to be like more so the PCT as a brand and like us as individuals. Like we have a lot more to offer as us as personalities than anything, because like, I mean, we know each other, we know how goofy we are. Like I see all these people online and yeah, they're funny, but it's like, bro, like my homies are funnier than that, you know. And that's kind of always been my mentality.
Who's the funniest one?
Bro, that's the thing. Like, we're all not even trying to sound
In
like
different
that.
ways.
We're all
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
in different ways. Like, like Zay's just goofy. You know what I mean? Like, he just says some stuff, and like even when we're at watching, you know, because that was the last pod in 1313. You know what I mean? Like, we were all there. So just the stuff he would say is just like, what is he talking about? You know what I mean? But like, I love him. You know what I mean? And like, he's goofy in his own way, and Zach's the same way. Like, he'll just kind of say some stuff. You're like, whoa, what? So it's just like, I don't know. Everyone's pretty funny, but like, I don't know. That is a good question. I feel like it's kind of different. Like it depends, like what type of like humor you like, I guess. Because I mean, everyone's kind of funny in their own way. But
Who's the smartest one in PCT?
Oh my, this ain't Carl's.
probably this guy, bro.
Crazy questions.
He's the only one that has a degree.
That I wouldn't say that means you're smart, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, but your degree is like difficult though.
Your degree's not. Your degree is not an easy degree.
Hold on.
Your career path isn't
Okay,
easy.
I agree. I like my degree is, and I'll say it myself because I do have the degree, so that's my defense. Before I get flamed from this, don't comment on some bullshit. I have a business degree. Business people are generally dumbasses, so
Depends.
But
I
it's
thought you had a
what you're-
comp sci degree.
no. I have a it's a comp sci business degree.
like together.
Yeah. So I was like, I understand.
Is it like a what's it called? Like
It's not an easy degree.
emphasizes in business, but like it's like
Yeah, I was like,
emphasizing it.
because the cool thing is like I learned how to do programming, all the other IT stuff, but I also understand like, you know, cost of goods sold, like managerial accounting.
You know about cost of goods sold.
Yeah. Fucking the balance.
The
balance
business
I don't know
over
if y'all
here.
ever taken
Debits and credits.
business calc.
Bro, that's
Look
just
at that
kinda
shit.
hard.
This-
Oh my god.
Did you take that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
took
class is
twice.
hard.
Yeah,
I
you
took
did.
it
Yeah, it's
twice.
just kind of hard. I can't
Could you
even
fail one time? Not sure. Just
No,
asking.
no, all jokes
Or do
aside.
You have to
have
take.
to.
You had to take like 2, right?
No.
Business one. No.
So basically, here's the problem that came with mine is that basically I took college algebra, and basically you can take college algebra to get into business calc 2. They highly recommend you not do that, but you can. So I took the first year, and basically at that time I was on my good grade stuff. So I talked to my professor, and he's like, he's honestly,
That shit's funny.
He was like, you can make a C in this class. Like, that's probably the best you're going to get right now. Because I was like, I didn't really understand classes. Like, it was my first semester at Texas State. And I was like, nope, I don't want to see in this class. Dropped that class immediately. And then went back the next semester. And I think I made a high B in that class.
This was algebra or
No.
business calculus?
Business calc.
Business calculus 2. I was like, which a lot of people, it's hard to go from like algebra, like college algebra to like business calc 2. Because you're supposed to take like business calc 1 before you go to business calc 2. And I just leapfrogged in. I was like, screw it. We're going to do it.
Yeah, no.
If that tells you who's the smartest in PCT, I have nothing else to say.
Okay.
So.
But against your comment though, I took college algebra like 3 times though. So I was like, and by the time I got to summer, I took it. And it was funny because by the time the professor would write the question on the board, I'm like, yeah, the answer's 4.
Just because you
already
knew.
Yeah, because I've seen that question too
No,
many
I feel
times, and people thought I was some math prodigy. They're like, "Oh my gosh, like how do you know that?"
Math prodigy.
I'm like,
Boy, but that boy Rain Man.
yeah, literally, like, oh my god, he's so smart. He's a math prodigy. I'm like, no, just taking this class.
But you got to use that to your advantage at college. Maybe rizz up someone in the classroom or something.
Who said he didn't?
Yeah, I know. I've heard about you, and she belongs to the square. Rip that sweatshirt, huh?
No comment.
Yeah, we know about you.
Hey.
But I do want to give you props though, because you applied to Texas State first and didn't get in, and then you worked
for sure.
hard, and then you got in, and then you end up getting good honors.
Yeah.
So I do want to give a
Hey,
shout out to
going
you.
back to the Rizzing of someone though from Texas State with the she belongs to the square. Real quick, side note, sorry. All I'm gonna say is that someone drove my car one time. I owned that car for multiple years.
I was there.
Multiple years.
I was in the car.
And quote unquote, some girl goes, "Oh my god, is that your car?"
That shit was the funniest, bro. That was
And she-
that might be the craziest
That's
night
crazy.
ever.
She
at
Broke
Sandmark.
out her Snapchat real quick. This man drove my car one time.
Bro, I seen
And who would that be?
I'm not gonna name names, but he's in this room.
It's not me. So
It's not
don't get me in
Cam.
trouble.
I've never driven your car, so
Yeah, you
No
have.
comment.
But anyways,
when?
we'll talk about it later. Anyways, sorry. So
that
Yeah.
limits 3 people,
But
sir.
simple enough. Simple enough. But no, I definitely understand you guys. Like,
Yeah.
it's a grind. Like, just trying to make content and like be different too. Like, that's kind of something I've been thinking about lately a lot. Is I've been talking to some people. Like my boy Stephen Key reached out to me today and was just talking about different ideas and stuff. And I have like a whole notebook of stuff I like always write, like ideas and stuff.
Sorry to
Like,
cut you off, but him and Anthony been hitting off a lot.
That's good.
They've been like making a lot of music together, and they like
yeah.
talk like every day.
That's fire.
And, like,
That's fire. That's what
like-
this is for too.
Yeah,
Like,
and
dope.
that's why I wanted to say that, because it's dope that we got to bring them together.
Yeah, that's fire.
Like they
Wait,
have a song together.
Posadas?
Yeah, they have a song
Wow.
together. They perform together, not the same, but at the same
Yeah,
like
the
venue.
venue and shit.
They're trying to do what we're trying to do, is like throw a.
Yeah, I just talked to him about
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, for like local artists. and all
Yeah,
that.
trying to, like, do stuff, like,
and
different
then
shit.
Anthony sent me a song, and he told me like, oh yeah, Q said I could also like have done better and whatnot. So it's dope that like we got to bring them together.
Yeah, no, and that's cool. Like that like going back on what you're saying, like just different ideas and like, hopefully like we're blessed, we work hard enough and we can get into a studio this year, and if not this year, early next year. And just there's just I feel like a lot of the times, like there's so many people that especially me and CJ know it, like there's so many people that start pods, bro. Like I feel like I see a new pod start up like once a week, and nothing against that. Like it's great for everyone, but there's like a lot of people, especially in the Austin space. Like the more and more I've connected and networked with people, I kind of see like a lot of people have like big followings or like have a lot of followers, and they're just like, oh, well, I have like 60K on IG. Like I'm important, so let me just talk into a camera and stuff. And like to me, I see it, I'm like, that's dope and it's cool, but I don't know, it just comes off as not as purposeful. And I think there's just other ways we can just do things to like change the game with like storytelling. Like you can obviously do podcasts, but there's so much other stuff we can do that is still getting stuff across or documenting, but it's not just what everyone else is doing. So like I feel like that's something like that is cool to see, like y'all inspire me and just like do different stuff and like try different things, because it's not always gonna work. I mean, me and Carlos did so much stuff at the beginning, bro. Like if you go through our catalog, we have all kinds of different stuff we did on there because we were just trying to figure it out, kind of how y'all were, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then I think now, like, basically, essentially, this is year 3 for y'all. So, like, this is year 5 for us. But 2 years ago is when we really locked in. Like, we were focused, didn't miss a day or a week, like, posted something. Like, that's kind of what's going to happen for y'all. That you're going to lock in and, like, be super consistent. And then like since me and Carlos have been doing that for 2 years, I think now we're onto the phase of where, all right, we know we can be hella consistent. Now we just need to like up the quality and up the game and change it and like just innovate. So it's cool to see it all.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back from those commercial breaks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I keep talking about phase 3. Phase 3 has been, you know, I feel like it's a big phase for everyone's life.
Okay,
like,
shield.
This guy. I just feel like it's been a, you know, this is a new transition for everyone. Obviously, we mentioned earlier, and I want you to tell you the story because you talked about something off camera about your mortgage, but we all moved out. we all moved out. Carlos is he's got his own place now. I'm living with Kat, and then you guys as well.
Yes, sir.
You bought your first house. Congratulations!
Thank you.
And then CJ is moving in with you. So we obviously talked about how shooting and stuff's going to be, but I kind of want to talk about like phase 3, what it means for all of us. Like I just feel like we're also all getting older. I definitely feel like we all grew up a little bit. Like I went to go drop my keys off yesterday, and I like walked through all the rooms one last time at 1313, and like I just had all these.
Did you
memories
cry?
and
That's
shit.
what I did.
Almost low key.
You got a little emotional.
I definitely teared up.
Yeah, bro.
just
A
was
lot of shit happened
I was
there.
like, damn, bro, like there's so many memories, and like you can kind of visualize how it looked.
Yeah.
And like see everything. But yeah, man, I'm just like, what do y'all got? What do you want the next 5 years to look like for all of y'all? I'm just curious.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
it doesn't even have to be opinion.
Wow,
Like,
not the number one date question. What's your 5-year plan?
not like that, but just like what are some things like you just really want to work on and like focus on?
So like this whole past year for me was really just like, or not, I wouldn't say like full year, but I was like really trying to take care of myself, you know? Like I was saying earlier, the boys were able to kind of step into their own with the brand, and I was able to kind of take a step back in a sense and just kind of like do what needs to get done, but also like had a lot of like free time. I was trying to get more into the I've been going to the gym, but I like that has kind of became like a part of my like daily routine at this point. I'll have off days like twice, 3 times a week, whatever it is. Just depends on what I'm doing, but like being able to, like I was saying, take a step back from the brand and just kind of take care of myself, make sure I'm good mentally, physically, whatever it is, just trying to like get that whole thing situated. So, I guess like you said like 5-year plan, right? That's what you're saying. Shit, bro. Hopefully by then OP, PCT, all the boys are able to do this, not even full time, but like are able to make some money off of it. Like I guess that's my goal for the next couple years. Definitely, like monetize the brand and be able to like, even if we're still at our day jobs, we could still do this on the side, like a side hustle, essentially. I mean, that's kind of what it's been for us this whole time. Yeah. But we're actually able to bring some type of money
into
it. Just because I feel like that kind of motivates a lot of people in different ways. Some people, it might take a little longer for them to get to that point to where they're like, oh, I know this is what I want to do. Because I see like some dollar signs coming in, and obviously for us, it's like that's not even, that was never the reason. But the fact that, we seen people being able to get some type of profit from doing that, I think that's just what motivates me as well. Like, all these people I watch on YouTube and, other people, shout out to Peyton and Cam, you know what I mean? Like they're a big influence, and kind of seeing like how far they've come and the possibilities, like that's not to that like magnitude right now, because obviously it's we got to get to the point, but like that's kind of like a model as to where like I kind of want to see where we take this, to that point,
like growing your following like that and like being able to go on a tour, like, and just like, and obviously like we don't even have to go on a tour, but just like knowing like they're able to do that full time, and like even just from a monetary standpoint, like if we need to go buy equipment, it's not like it's not like a struggle to get stuff or like splitting everything, or if we want to go take a trip or go travel. Like I was talking to Carlos, I want us to go to like 4 different cities this next year because I think it'll be beneficial for the brand and like meeting people and like getting guests on and stuff. But it's like we're still gonna have to come out of pocket, at least for now, So it's like stuff like that, just trying to make it to where, at least I told y'all, like the big goal, like we're taking this trip to Broken Bow for New Year's, and like next year, like a big goal besides the studio it'd be awesome if we could take a trip next year, but it's paid for by the company. Like I feel like that would be badass because it's like the fact we were able to do a trip together, but it's like OPM paid for it. Like that's cool, you know. Like so.
What about you, sir?
Kind of piggybacking off of what you said, I think like monetization or at least like sponsors, like solid sponsors. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
But like getting sponsors, and then just kind of growing the fan base, and you know, I guess trying new merch ideas. Just kind of being experimental with that and see, you know, like, yeah, we have something like it's tried and true that we know for a fact that like, hey, like we know like this will sell. I was like, but also at the same time, I was like, you know what, this is gonna be kind of experimental. We're gonna do like low volume of it. We'll try it out and see if it sells, see if people like what people's thoughts are. And
Yeah, I definitely think merch is one of those things too where I feel like shout out to the boy Austin, like we had the dreamer hats on and stuff, and like I talk to him a lot. Like that's he's a good friend, and like just seeing like how his brand is doing and like learning. Obviously, we've done one merch drop, but like seeing how much work that takes, especially because there's people that just do clothing only. Like the fact that we're doing like content, you know, media and clothing. It's just like, bruh, and then we're doing it all in house. So we don't have like a merch team where we can just outsource and be like, hey, we have these ideas, like y'all design it and stuff. Like obviously, like I don't really know how to design merch and stuff, but like there was a time for like 2-3 weeks where I was like making hats and like just trying to learn, bro, because it's hard, man. And like you said, like I definitely understand that because it's tough.
What were you gonna say?
G show me Coke. No, I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, just from like brand's perspective, is growing that, and then kind of personally, kind of like settling down, relaxing, things like that. Because I was like, this year, I was like, I haven't talked about it too much, but it's been a lot of stress, like from a personal perspective. So kind of relaxing, but also like getting things done, but also like, you know, relaxing. And this is gonna be kind of crazy to say, but being more selfish with things.
That's how I'm gonna be this year too.
Because I'm like,
in a good way though.
Yeah, because I'm like, my things, I'm like, I've always said yes to like family things, and friends things like that. And like sometimes I'm like, well, like, I'm like, you know, I love my friends and family very closely. But there's sometimes I'm like, you know, I wish I was like, you know, I wish I would have said no just because I had a little more time to go do stuff like I've been needing to do.
Yeah, and and I feel like that's a good thing too.
Yeah,
like, I was talking to Alex about it this week. Like he was saying how proud he was of, especially like me and CJ, because like we would always be known to like go out or you know do whatever, but like seeing us both essentially like not go out or if especially like I think the busier we're getting, it's like if we're gonna do stuff, it needs to be like purposeful and like mean something. Because if it's taken away from this, it's taken away from like stuff I want to do. Like I want to game again, like not crazy, but like I want to be able to like play with Carlos or whoever, and like I miss that, you know, like I miss stuff like that. But it's like obviously like I got to still edit, I got to still do stuff. But it's like if I cut certain stuff out, like going out or you know hanging out with people I like don't see. Like I hung out with Mike this past Saturday, but it's like that's a person that is like he's cool. And like I want to continue to build that relationship with him, and it's like to me that's like purposeful. But like if it's just like, hey, like you just want to go to West, like, is it your birthday? No, let's just go. Nah, bro, like I don't know, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I would say kind of like going backwards a little bit, talking about how Zach and I just moved back in with each other. It was something that we have been talking about lately, like, and I had brought it up to him, and I talked to him about it already, so it's not gonna be weird. But I had said, like, it feels a little weird, like being his roommate again, because you know.
Wait. Say in a quote which you told me in the car. This is kind of funny.
What?
You're like, you literally looked at me. We're driving. He looks at me and goes, he's like, I don't mean this in a rude way. He's like, but it's kind of weird living with you again.
Yeah. So,
but I knew exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, going off of that though, for everyone that doesn't know, we were roommates in college. So we were 19 to like 21, 22. You know what I mean? So that's a point of our life where like, you know, we really didn't know what we wanted to do. We were just kind of going through the motions of going to college and kind of surviving. You know what I mean? So like living with him again is kind of like bringing me back to that time, but like realizing that we're not at where we were at that time. Like we're pretty, you know, I would say we're both pretty established where we're at. You know what I mean? Where we have pretty good jobs. It's consistent pay, and we're not struggling with money like that. Like if we need to go get something for the house, it's not like no, I can't get that right now. It's just like, okay, like bet, like, I'll send you money, or what do you need? I'm at the store right now. What do you need? Like it wasn't like that before. You know what I mean? Like especially in college, bro. Like we were just trying to get by and struggling, trying to pay for like dinner for the week. Like, hey, like, we have like $60 in total. Like, are you trying to make this last for until we get paid next? You know what I mean? Stuff like that, bro. Like, kind of take me back to that time, and then just realizing like how far we've come. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like, and it is still a little weird for me because like we're not at that point anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we are like at a good spot in our life where we're like, we're starting to get it together, so that we have a house now that we're taking care of, and we're trying to set up bills and stuff like that, bro. Just growing up, you know what I mean? It's just like a part of life.
Adult
like,
shit.
yeah, it's crazy.
Dude,
like, I don't know, I like
spending money on nice furniture because you want it to last.
Exactly,
like
and
that.
like buying these nicer things because we're at that point where we can. It's not like we're like struggling anymore. So it's super cool. Like. And that's kind of like this whole like moving in together. It's just it's cool for us because like I feel like we're gonna help each other out, grow in ways that we probably don't even realize it yet. Because as of right now, like we're gonna be there for a while. Like Zach is probably gonna have like his family there and shit. You know what I mean? And like I'm there too. So. And then if it gets to the point where, if I get with someone or, whatever it is that, and I move on, I'm saying like theoretically,
We're trying to drop a bomb on us right now.
No. I'm saying we're getting to that point in our life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
agree.
Like,
No,
I wouldn't, for me personally, I wouldn't want to like have like a whole relationship and, still living in the house.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
like,
Especially once you meet someone, because it's like, I mean, you meet someone, you date them, and then eventually, like, if you're serious, it's like
we're
what's
gonna
the
move in?
next step? Like,
Yeah, like,
it's not just like we're just dating now. It's like eventually, like the person the person like y'all are gonna meet is gonna be. It might be the person you marry. So
exactly.
like if you like them and love them and treat them serious, like you gotta like move accordingly too.
Exactly. So it's just super cool. It's kind of like reflecting on, our early 20s, 19. You know what I mean? Up until like these past couple of years, like you said, phase 3. It's like crazy because obviously I was y'all's roommate, and we had that whole era of like what we were doing, going out, doing these things, and now it's like, bro, I was kind of telling him, especially right now because it gets dark so early. You know what I mean? It gets dark at like 6. I wake up at like 5 in the morning, so like I'm tired by like 9, 10. So it's like I don't even care to go out anymore. You know what I mean?
Nah,
like
for real.
I go to the gym, do my thing, or even if I don't, I just come home and I want to relax at this point. Especially right now, like
this kind of like the dead period too. Like the holidays and stuff are coming up, so it's kind of like that recharge. Like, like I know how it has been with like moving. Like me and you were talking about it. Like in Carlos, it's like.
Oh yeah,
I'm
can
like,
we talk
dude,
about that?
Yeah, well, I was just like, dude, I want to like shoot and post, but I know like I need to like chill.
Yeah.
And like come back into 2024, like recharge, refocused, and like go hard for Q1. Like I sent Carl some goals that like I want us to hit, and they're very attainable. But it's like we gotta like lock in and do that too, So it's like that time you could be spending doing something else, and that's why like he was saying earlier, like having outings, like going out, like having planned stuff, kind of like even with the meeting too. Like I talked to Alex about it too. Ever since we had that meeting, and I felt like it was like long overdue, to be honest. But I feel like since we've had that, everyone is like believes.
Yeah.
Like I really truly like think for the first time. And I'm not saying it wasn't like that, but I really think for the first time, there's true buy-in from everybody to what we can do and like how we can do it and accomplish it. And knowing that we're a team at the end of the day, like if I got a lot on my plate, especially when I'm about to start studying for CPA next year. So like I know I'm gonna have to rely on Carlos a lot, and I know he's got my back, and I know like anyone else, if like I'm gonna still be there, I'm gonna still do what I can, but like there might be times where I'm like, Carlos, bro, I've been studying, like I've been cranking out 70-80 hour weeks. I'm about to take this test, like can you edit this or can you post this or whatever? And like that's just what it's got to be. And I know there's gonna be times where even the last 2 years where Carlos was like, he had a lot of personal stuff going on, but it's like pick up that slack for your boy and make sure y'all are gonna continue to grow and elevate this thing.
Yeah, and I think the beauty with like what we got going on is like everyone's just gonna help each other out too. Like once one person makes it, we all make it type shit. And like I feel like that's why you know, we are going to be successful in life because we have that mentality. It's like a family, you know, shout out to like Optic and shit. Like that's how they have always run their org and their brand. You know what I mean? Like once you join, it's like, oh no, you're like, we're a family. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that goes a long way. And like, it's something that's like underappreciated nowadays. Cause I feel like the world that we're in, content creation, a lot of people try to use each other to get views or use this person to get to the point where they want to be.
Just transactional.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
and like, I mean, it's kind of how the game is, but like, that's not why we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if we like do stuff with you, it's because we genuinely like y'all and like fuck with y'all and like what you do. So, no, yeah, it's exciting, bro. I'm super excited for 2024, and I know we're destined for greatness at this point. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it for me. Again, I'm proud of y'all boys. I said it to them as well. Proud of y'all boys, what y'all did this year. Just everybody, especially like people who started taking on their own things like you with Instagram. Zay and Alex getting their own cameras. JG getting his own camera and doing like whatever he did with Saya. So super proud of y'all for doing all that and then just keeping it going because we all know that it ain't easy to continue doing it when stuff isn't getting met or you know money's coming in or whatever the case is. You know,
Just being like texting Carlos, like we've been having stuff made. It's like, bro, invoice is $300. It's like, fuck, bro, like we gotta like shell out money, but we know long run, like there's gonna be a time and place where Prize Picks, we're talking to you, like they might be like, hey, like you signed a 12-month deal with us, y'all here's $50K. It's like that's what we worked for, and now with like that money that we spent, you start getting it like in bunches. It just like compounds. I mean, we were talking to Peyton and Cam and in Dallas, like we were in the section with them. They were just like, we've seen y'all grow, and they were like, bro, it's just gonna like domino. Like they were like, just keep doing it, and like you're gonna be just amazed of like how it just like snowballs. So and I know we're capable of doing it. Like all of us have good ideas. We're all working hard, and I'm really excited about like this phase for everyone. I definitely I think it's gonna be beneficial, and I think it's gonna be a lot of growth and just communicating too. I think the last thing I'll say, it'll be like we all just need to over communicate. Like even if you feel like you're being annoying and stuff, like it's part of it, right? Like if you need to tell someone like, hey, like I need you to do this, or following up, or like, you know, double checking, because we're all busy. We all have normal jobs still and whatnot, and we forget things. We have personal stuff going on, but it's like, hey, like, did you post this, or don't feel like, or even, or if there's something you don't like that's going on, like, and that's something I'm gonna work on this year, is just like speak up about it and know that at the end of the day, like we're friends, but like knowing how to like gauge that and like put on that business hat, if you will, and separate the two, but know that it's coming from a good place. It's not just to be like, nah, like you're not doing shit type deal.
Yeah.
Again, appreciate your boys hopping on. It's been a fun journey with y'all. It's been a great time. So let's keep the good times rolling. Before we hit this off, is there any shout out you want to give or anything for us? Oh wait, one last thing. So, we've asked everybody else, but we good on time? Okay. What is one thing that you want Cam and I to help y'all with? It's either to take workload off for y'all or just stuff to help y'all with the brand in general.
Honestly, for me at least, like feedback, like, you know, if you see something like, hey, bro, like, you know, honestly, you could probably do this better. I'm definitely feedback based. So
yeah, I appreciate that, because you've even done that too with some of the stuff I've sent in the group chat.
Yeah, I was like, and that's the thing is like, you know, at the end of the day, and I've said this multiple times, I'm like, there's times that like, and you said this earlier, I don't know how to edit. I don't. I said, but if
you're still watching it though.
Yeah, I was like, if I get sent stuff and I watch it and I'm like, hey, like, you might want to go look at this. It's nothing like personal or anything like that. But it's the fact that I'm like, if I don't edit and I caught that.
Nah, true.
I was like, someone that like is watching that edits and like from somewhere else, they're gonna catch that from by a mile.
And there's people that like that will turn them off. Like if the audio is bad, if it doesn't look good or whatever. Like, I mean, I do it like just to say, like, especially knowing how to edit and stuff. Like if I see something, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that. Like if it's not good, like I'm just not. You know.
Yeah, I was like,
the content's probably not good.
Yeah, like, you know, a prime example is like, and this was like, it was nothing bad. I was like, Ox actually called me out about it the other day. He's like, hey, did you like forget to post this? I was like, Yes, I did, and like I took full ownership in that. I was like, yeah, I did, and I was like, I forgot. So
That's
I was
good.
like, I appreciate
That's
that
good
for you
that's
calling me
good,
on
man.
that.
Yeah.
So
Do that.
but yeah, feedback is basically like one thing I ask from y'all. If there's something I can do better, let me know.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like y'all do a great job. I mean, obviously, it might have been because like I did live with y'all, and it was easier to kind of talk to me about if like something like wasn't like posted or you know what I mean. Y'all would always ask me. So if anything, I would say just kind of still like kind of keep it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even though we don't live with each other, I mean, and I'm not the best about texting people back. I'll admit it right now. I'm more of like a talk in person type of guy, or if you call me, I'll like talk to you type thing. But like just kind of holding me responsible, I guess. You know what I mean? Like making sure that I'm still like hey, like, you know, when is this video gonna be posting? Or hey, what are y'all doing this week? Like that, because I feel like that kind of helped me realize that, like, all right, we do gotta get a little more serious about the scheduling, and that's why we're kind of getting better about that and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that helped me a lot, just because at first it wasn't as planned as that. You know, it was just kind of like, oh, we'll do this week or whatever that week. You know what I mean? So I guess kind of that, just holding me accountable, but also holding everyone else accountable, because we know what everyone can do, and we know the potential of everyone. You know, we've seen it for the past 2 years. So just kind of that, I would say, you know, that because that goes a long way, especially for y'all. Like y'all have been doing this, you know what I mean? And I just want to say shout out to y'all, because y'all have been a great influence and even helping us out through this whole journey. You know what I mean? Y'all have been there the whole time, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows. And if they don't, you know, now they know. You know what I mean? Like y'all have been there since the beginning and kind of helped me like kind of mold the brand into like what it is now. So I would just say like keep that up and hold me responsible for sure. Because, you know, like you said, you know, we forget stuff. We all have our own lives, or, you know, it might be just a little motivation that someone else needs. Like, hey, like, what are y'all doing this week? Like, you know, kind of get me into that mentality of like, all right, like what's next? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate that whenever we, obviously, you know, when we lived together, like that was something y'all always ask, like, oh, like what are y'all doing on Tuesday? And it'll be like Saturday or even Friday or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, honestly, I don't know. Like I haven't thought about that. So just kind of like that type of just making sure that we kind of like stay on track, you know. And I'm not saying we won't, but it's good to have that as well. Just especially from, I mean, obviously we're all internal, but we have like our group, obviously, and you know, we may not be like talking in the OP chat, but we're talking in the PCT chat. You know what I mean? So it's always good to kind of just talk about the stuff that we're doing, and
just like relay it too.
Holding each other accountable. I guess that's probably my thing for us that I would like from y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else? Any other closing remarks?
No, I appreciate y'all for having us on. I was like,
appreciate it, man.
Always an honor, and thank y'all for doing it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
man. Long overdue as always, and that's the thing. Just, you know, keep going, and excited to see what we'll revisit stuff too, beginning of next year. But yeah, man, excited about this trip. That's another thing too. You guys, we've said it a bunch, but we're going to Broken Bow, Oklahoma.
Facts.
We're gonna hang out there for New Year's. So got Alex on vlog duty out there. So we're gonna, you know, get a little vlog out for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content and can kind of see us do more just more of an unwindy side from the guys. So hopefully you guys like that content. We want to do more of that type of stuff, like the Dallas vlog, so you guys can kind of see more of the documentation behind the scenes of like what we're doing on some of these trips and whatnot. But yeah, we got that coming out, and you know, we can keep going. So thanks everyone for the support and journey. We're at 799 subs. I actually put out a tweet today. I'm trying to get us to.
We're at 798. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
When you put it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So trying to get to 800 before the New Year. That'd be good. And then we get that 200 by end of March. We're 1,000, and then it's more about watch hours. So I might have to ask everyone in the group chat to just run up the OPM channel just to get it there. Because once it's monetized, it's monetized.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Again, thank y'all. It's been a pleasure. But that'll do it for our boys over here at Opinionated. We'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Love you.